We now correct the fourth question, this one here. And what I'll do to begin with is just copy out that sequence of numbers at the top here. So we have 3, 3.5, 4, 4.5, and 5. And we need to find the formula for the nth term of this sequence. Okay, well the first thing we do is look into the differences between the terms as we move from left to right. So from 3 to 3.5, we're adding 0.5. From 3.5 to 4, we're adding 0.5 again. From 4 to 4.5, again, we're adding 0.5. And from 4.5 to 5, we're adding 0.5 again. Now the first thing we pick up on here is, because we're always adding the same amount between these terms, that means this sequence is a linear sequence. And since it's a linear sequence, its formula must look like this. Un equals to A times N plus B. And so our job now is to find the values of the coefficients A and B. Now luckily, there are two equations for a linear sequence which allow us to find its formula. Those equations are A equals to the difference and A plus B equals to the first term. And that's the first term of the sequence. Now for this particular sequence, these two equations turn into A is equal to the difference, so that's 0.5. So we have A equals to 0.5. And the second equation would be A plus B equals to the first term of the sequence, and that's 3 in this case. So A plus B equals to 3. We now have our two equations, and we need to go ahead and solve them. So A equals to 0.5. Well, there's nothing to do there. That's all done and dusted. We move on to the second equation. A plus B equals to 3. Well, since A is equal to 0.5, that turns into 0.5 plus B equals to 3. And so we now subtract 0.5 from both sides of this equation, which leads to B equals to 3 minus 0.5. And finally, that leads to B equals to 2.5. Now we have both coefficients, A and B. And so we can now go ahead and state that this sequence has a formula Un equals to 0.5n plus 2.5. And there we have it. That's this sequence's formula.